What's up, guys? It's RG Felix 420. RG Felix 420 here. And, we're going to be doing a creepypasta on the computer, you could say.
I'm playing Clash of Clans.
Yeah, he's playing Clash of Clans. Now, can I borrow the keyboard, please?
You could just search it up. I don't care. I'm just playing Clash of Clans.
You're reacting to it too there, Matt.
Yes, I know.
I'm
participating in the clan.
And we got something cooking up in the kitchen, so we're pretty good here.
I have some pizza in the oven.
Yeah. Just let me focus this up. Focus.
Alright.
Maybe it's just like...
I'll do just one attack and that's all.
He's doing one attack for Clash of Clans right now. We are going to be reacting to a creepypasta I haven't watched yet, but I've been wanting to. And it's called Creepypasta. Creepypasta.
Wow, this guy sucks.
Huh, does he?
Yes, this guy sucks. Oh, nice. He has Wizard Tower level 3. Spawning some wizards so you could get in. I should probably not be commenting
Baby monitor. Okay. I don't know what's going to come up, but yeah, here it is. Baby monitor's creepypasta. I'm going to watch it. Put this.
Now buy 809 Christmas decorations online.
Something that I cannot skip today. How fun is it? Let's see the base. This probably sucks. Creepypasta. How do you turn this up?
Yeah. It's at full volume.
When I was in high school, my friends and I had a peculiar pastime.
Yeah.
Like any teenage delinquent, we like to cause trouble.
Okay, I'm just going to restart it because it was a bit low. Here we are. Creepypasta baby monitors
I love this. 10 out of 10.
Good. I almost dropped the camera.
You almost dropped
the base. Oh.
Drop the base.
When I was in high school, my friends and I had a peculiar pastime.
Wait.
Like
oh good, I got my wizard tower
we
up.
like to cause trouble.
Okay, it's just going to show a baby monitor's picture and nothing else, so I'm just going to switch to us so we react.
We certainly didn't bully kids in school. No. We like to scare the living crap out of
so scary.
By hacking their baby monitors. We were insufferable little punks who thought
God dang it.
we were too good to get caught, and that our little
oh dang, I just took a picture of myself.
One night, however,
wait. Let me set up the
I learned
camera.
my lesson, and I realized that I wasn't quite as bulletproof as my tremendous adolescent ego made me out to be.
Let's set up good.
Dimitri, Kurt, and I went to the same school, shared many of the same classes, and hung out almost every evening after dinner. We watched prank shows and played video games, talked about who had...
Sorry, we're restarting it because sound was down again. Sorry about that. Okay, I'm just going to hold it like this.
Why can't you just turn around and just...
I can't. There's no front camera.
Oh.
Yeah, it's just like...
When I was in high school, my friends and I had a peculiar
our
pastime.
iPods are different. Mine has a front
Like
camera,
any
mine doesn't have a
teenage
back camera.
We like to cause trouble. We weren't vandals, we didn't deal drugs, and we certainly didn't bully kids in school. No. We like to scare the living crap out of new parents by hacking their baby monitors.
Baby monitors. So scary.
We were insufferable little punks who thought we were too good to get caught, and that our little acts of mischief would go unpunished.
But suddenly...
One night, however,
I'm gonna
I
go
learned
get a
my
drink of
lesson,
water so I
and
can
I
enjoy
realized
this.
Okay,
I wasn't
make sure you
quite
check
as
on the
bulletproof
pizza.
as my
I like
tremendous
spinach
adolescent
pizza.
ego made me
I
out
like
to be.
spinach, but it's different.
All I'm doing is preheating the oven right now.
Okay.
Dimitri, Kurt, and I went to the same school, shared many of the same classes, and hung out almost every evening after dinner. We watched prank shows and played video games, talked about who had the nicest rack in school. One evening,
Oh yeah, the nice
we were trading
friend.
scary stories at the park.
Perverts.
Kurt shared the classic story about a single mother who heard a haunting voice on her baby monitor. Like most horror stories, it sounded like total bullshit, but Dimitri told us it had happened to his mom once.
Oh,
On her own monitor,
there's the baby
she
monitor
heard a
picture.
neighbor singing to her baby.
Wait.
Apparently, it was
Let
possible
me get
to
something to
accidentally
hold it.
tap into someone else's frequency.
Setting
In
the
an instant,
camera up
a light bulb
sucks.
turned on inside of our heads.
Oh wait.
When you're close enough to someone,
Thanks for the water,
you don't
everybody.
need words to know what that person is thinking.
Oh.
And we could all tell we were thinking the exact same thing. We were going to buy a baby monitor and screw with people. Pardon the pun, but hacking a baby monitor is child's play. All you need to
Pun
do
not
is find a
intended.
device on the same frequency as yours. Never one to do half-assed things, I purchased a high-end monitor with a frequency dial so we could prank as many targets as possible. The following night, we took our bikes, roamed the neighborhood, and found our first victim. We could see the nursery from the suburban's home second-floor
This
window.
guy is a total
Dimitri grabbed the baby monitor and began
idiot.
tuning it to different frequencies until we heard breathing. I remember feeling excited as our plan finally came to fruition. Dimitri pressed the button and began exhaling heavily into the receiver.
What the heck are baby monitors?
Your little girl was delicious.
Oh
He
my
murmured,
god.
using a demonic voice. The light in the master bedroom turned on almost immediately, and we heard a shrill scream. Laughing our asses off, we quickly rode off down the street so we wouldn't get caught. We repeated the prank several times over the course of the following weeks, each taking turns talking
You're not
to the
gonna
monitor.
get away with that.
Not wanting anyone to get wise to our little game, we chose different houses every time. People's reactions were priceless. Some mothers would
This is something you and me would do probably once time, and we didn't know that, right?
No, we would never. I would never do that
I
because
would.
I would. I'm just. I'm betting all my money. I know I'm gonna get caught by the police.
Probably.
Just as soon as I
Fine,
say
yeah.
that word. One time I actually did something bad, and as soon as I was about to do something, a police car came by.
Oh, ha. That's not funny, but it's kind of funny.
Others seemed to know it was a hoax and told us to just shut the hell up. And one poor woman even started sobbing uncontrollably.
No,
begging
that was
us
just a
not to hurt
joke.
her baby. I kind of felt bad about that last one now that I'm older, but it was
I
hilarious to
remember
me back
this
then.
tune.
My friends and I mimicked her high-pitched bawling and desperate cries for mercy for weeks afterwards. Yeah, we were assholes.
Yep, you are.
Yep.
But karma's a cruel mistress, and I got what was coming to me one night. Kurt and Dimitri were busy studying for their midterms, so I went out on my own. By then, we'd gotten pretty much everyone in the surrounding area, so I decided to venture off across town into unfamiliar territory. Finding a target wasn't difficult. You just had to look for cars with baby seats, houses with overly colorful cartoon-themed curtains, or toys left in the yard. I came across a house that fit all three criteria, and parked my bike out of view.
What
Playing
if
with
that
the
house
tuner,
was
I
actually
eventually found
made
the
for
right
a baby?
frequency.
Like the house owner that had all that
You hear the
cartoon
sound of
stuff
the
was
baby
actually
snoring very
the
loud.
the house owner was actually a baby.
Oh my gosh, that would be so hilarious.
That would be the worst plot
twist
twist ever.
my
Just
lips.
I opened the door, then I saw it. A baby with a knife.
Okay, stop talking and let's watch. It is 18 minutes long, so yeah.
And my heart began pounding with excitement. It was my time to shine. I am watching. I whispered into the monitor, using the creepiest voice I could muster. The house remained dark and lifeless. I figured the homeowners hadn't heard me. I stand over your bed, at you, I said, louder this time. Nothing. Just the sounds of crickets chirping and the occasional dull roar of a car driving down the street. It was a little odd. Parents usually reacted much quicker than that. I began feeling a little nervous and somewhat exposed. You know, like when you suddenly realize some creeper's gawking at you. It was getting late and I had a long bike ride home. Just as I was about to give up and leave, I heard a strange, gurgling sound coming from the monitor. The quiet, rhythmic snores ceased, and I had assumed the baby had woken up and was about to start crying. But instead, a man spoke to me.
You're the one being watched. One.
He said softly. My stomach pirouetted at his words. How did he know my name? I felt sick. Something was very wrong, and I could feel it in my bones. I glanced up at the nursery window.
Oh God, that is
I saw a
terrifying.
silhouette standing there, watching me. Had he been there the whole time? The air was thick and difficult to inhale, though
He's just like,
perhaps fear was making it hard to breathe.
I can't see.
My body quivered uncontrollably.
Can I
as a
I'm
sense
tilting
of
my
dread
head to the
poured into
right.
every inch of me.
I still can't see it.
I climbed on my bike, pedaling desperately to get away. Part of me thought I was overreacting, but the overwhelming need to flee empowered my rational mind.
Yeah, but that guy, he looks pretty.
You can't run.
Yes, like any other horror movie.
Where you live, one.
Continued the man, even as I turned the corner. I flew down the street, not stopping until I reached a busy boulevard. Surrounded by cars and a few late-night joggers, I felt safe.
No. Not safe.
I will run red with your blood, boy.
Said the man, still talking through the baby monitor in my pocket.
Yes.
A passerby gave me a nasty look as I yelped loudly in fear, practically ripping my hoodie in my frantic attempt to remove it. To the stranger, I must have looked like some snotty kid tripping balls or something. He didn't know I was in genuine distress, so I don't blame him for walking off with an insulted huff, though I wish he had offered to help me instead.
Up, my pizza's
After
pre-ordered.
stuffing my hoodie in my backpack, I noticed my name scrawled on the back of it.
Did I do what I just think I heard?
It was my damn school jacket. No wonder that bastard knew my name. It then occurred to me that baby monitors were fairly short range, so I was obviously being followed. I nervously glanced around to try and identify my stalker. Was it the empty-looking van down the street? The guy walking his dog? The car that had just driven by? Either way, the last thing I wanted was to hear that voice again, so I turned off the device and started pedaling towards my home.
This stuff
Fear
is scary.
had heightened my senses, and I began to notice every motion of the trees in the breeze, every crackle of twigs under my wheels, and every car that zipped past me. I flinched whenever anyone came near, paranoid that whoever had spoken to me through that baby monitor was going to catch up. Fortunately, I made it home without incident.
Oh my
I
God.
parked my bike in my garage and crawled up the stairs to my bedroom. In one careless motion, I tossed my backpack and the baby monitor in the corner of my room and dove under my sheets like an Olympic swimmer.
Are you kidding me?
It doesn't matter how old you are. Nothing feels safer than being under your blanket.
Seriously?
I closed my eyes, hoping I'd be able to calm down enough to catch a few hours
Being
of rest
under a
before
blanket.
class.
It's like in some sort of shield that goes over you. Just.
I still kill you, mother.
All they could do is they could probably just
Rip it off.
They could probably just rip it off, or if they have a gun, they could just shoot through it or stab through it.
Yeah.
Why doesn't he do the smart thing and call the police?
Yeah. 911.
Or he could just get the heck out of his house, tell his parents what he just saw, or maybe his parents weren't home.
Yeah,
call your parents and say that you must pick me up now while you're on the run. Or maybe, actually there's no way I have a horror movie.
Yeah,
Just, if he actually trips in this movie, I'm seriously going to be like, wow.
wow. No, right now.
Then, I heard static coming from the monitor across the room. The monitor that was supposed to be off.
Sweet dreams, Juan.
Said the voice that still haunts my nightmares. Needless to say, I didn't sleep a wink that night. I was too frightened to get out of bed until sunrise. When I got up, my first order of business was to remove the battery from the monitor and throw it in the trash. I didn't want anything to do with it anymore. I came up with an excuse to give my buddies so they wouldn't think I was a huge wuss. With massive bags under my eyes, I got dressed, had breakfast, and went to school. It wasn't until a few days later that I saw that house on the news. In an interview, a police officer explained that the small family who had been living in that house had been found in their beds, necks slit open. I had been outside when it happened. The killer had heard me on the baby monitor and decided to mess with me. It was definitely a wake-up call, and I thank my lucky stars that I hadn't gotten murdered. I was too busy feeling thankful that I survived to feel bad about the family that hadn't. Empathy,
So that's
like
what that
wisdom,
gurgling sound was?
comes with age.
Yeah, probably.
Now that I'm an adult with a wife and daughter, I truly understand the consequences of my actions and the severity of the situation I put myself in as a tremendously stupid teenage boy. That dreadful night, I thought I had reached the epitome of fear. But it was just the tip of the iceberg. As a father, I now know that fear thrives and multiplies when there's something more precious than your own life at stake. I can't say for sure whether the killer found me again after all these years, or whether a new breed of idiots had the same idea as my friends and I had.
Oh, it's almost over.
Yeah, it is.
But I can
Alright.
tell you that I now understand what true
So
terror
let's just
is.
continue watching it.
Yeah, until it's over.
Last night, I heard something on our baby monitor that sent chills into my very soul, shackling me with a paralyzing fear that I doubt will ever leave me.
I'm still watching.
Please don't be a jump scare. Okay, that was pretty eventful. I actually got a bit scared.
Okay, we're gonna watch one more, okay? One more.
Wait.
Okay,
Wait, there's something I want to...
let's go watch. I want.
No.
I want to
It's
watch.
my turn.
Okay. He's allowed, but it can't. It has to be something I don't have to pick up the camera and do, because then I. No, not Sonic Donic. I hate him. Please no. Please
You
no.
are going to face your fears, and while I'm going...
No, please. No. No.
Now buy 300,000 auto parts online.
No.
Believe
I
it,
will do it.
300,000.
I'll do it.
The all-new CanadianTire.ca. Shop now.
No.
Your subscribers are going to think you're a wuss.
I'm not a wuss. I just don't like that. We're going to watch Mr. Nightmare instead. Mr. Nightmare has more good ones.
This is a good one.
Not Sonic the XC. No.
Are you scared of it, or do you just hate it so much?
Oh, I hate it. Sad. I love Sonic, and
It scared you, didn't it?
Yeah, it did. And
Too bad.
No,
It's gonna...
can't stop me now.
I could just put it... Oh.
Haha, suck. You.
Wait, What the heck? How are you doing that?
Pressing backspace.
Oh, okay.
Just please. I want to watch Mr. Nightmare.
This.
How about 10 best creepypasta plot
Wait.
twists?
Top 25 scariest creepypastas. Remember that video?
You know what? I don't want to do that. Okay. Let's do Mr. Nightmare.
Why?
Mr. Nightmare is really good.
Yes, and that creepypasta is good.
I'm Agent Morris with
What the heck is that?
Just wanted to know.
I just clicked a random video, and it's just showing a video of the Pentagon. Oh, top 10 overrated creepypastas.
No.
You want to meet my girls? One word. Sexy.
One word!
I get very angry in this video and
Nope.
I scream a lot. No!
Yes.
No, this one. This one, you said this one.
No, this one. I choose this one.
I found a disease that no one has ever seen.
I want to see this one.
Wait. Shh.
Oh, this doesn't seem so bad.
Okay. Look at this thing. Can't close my eyes, so you're not gonna really see a reaction from me because I get scared a lot from creepypastas.
I'm not scared.
This is 55 minutes long.
55.
One of my favorite nights of the year. Tonight's
No,
night to come together
smile
with friends
dogs
and
first.
family
No, please.
to celebrate one of humanity's most primal fears.
No, it's just a picture.
Fear. But what is it we fear? Do we fear suffering? Aging?
Top 30 scariest creepypastas. Oh, top 31.
You're so mean to me with scary videos. I would have my eyes closed. Just let me, when I hear them, I might open my eyes to see my reaction. But not for, 31, okay.
Tiki Toby.
Tiki Toby.
If I had to choose between Jeff the Killer, Laughing and Eyeless Jack, or Tiki Toby, Toby would definitely be my favorite. Tiki Toby tells us of a young, troubled teen boy by the name of Toby, who suffers from Tourette's syndrome and is frequently bullied because of it. When his sister dies in a tragic accident, he is left alone with his mother and abusive father. After being visited by a tall, slender man, Toby feels himself changing. He finally decides to do something about his suffering and brutally murders his father by stabbing him repeatedly. Even though his father was a bad man, he's still Toby's father, and his death felt very disturbing. And so, after Toby's mom sees what Toby has done, he escapes the scene and tries to avert the police by starting a fire. He then meets the tall man once more and is taken away by him.
I'm just watching the laptop that's plugged into the TV, so 30.
White with red.
That doesn't seem scary at all.
Man
It's just gonna
wants
be
to
like...
dinner at a mysterious hotel. The lady in the reception told him that one certain room in the hotel
scary?
was different from all the others by the fact that it did not have a number on it. She repeatedly pleaded to the man not to open the door if he were to find it. The man nodded.
It's
and
like
went to get
keyhole,
some
right?
sleep.
Yep.
Oh, okay.
The next
this
day,
is scary.
the man found the door with no number on it. Piqued with curiosity, he decided to take a look through the keyhole. Inside stood a woman with white clothes facing away from the man, standing perfectly still. When she began turning around, the man left as he didn't want to disturb her. The next day, he peeked through the keyhole once more and saw nothing but the bright color of red. When asking the woman in the reception about it, she told him that many years ago, a man had murdered his wife in that very room, and it was said that she still haunts it. She is recognized by looking just like a normal person,
I just gotta go turn the
Except-
pizza.
Okay.
for her blood red.
Oh, so that
Eyes.
means that that was her eye that he was staring at. Scary.
29. Let's
Alright, I need the lights on.
God's mouth.
Okay, God mouth isn't scary.
A man and a woman explored a cave named God's Mouth. Ignoring the various warnings before entering, they soon became separated. However, the man continued delving further into the cave. After some time had passed, he met a rock wall. After looking around, he realized that he was trapped, with no way out. He sat down against the wall, cried, and accepted his oncoming mortality. Before his flashlight died, a red hand could be faintly seen reaching out for him, as God's mouth devoured yet another victim.
That's not scary.
Pizza doing fine?
Yeah, it's just one more minute left.
Fine.
28.
I'm at least getting through here.
The Grifter.
The Grifter.
There apparently existed
Oh,
a video
yeah.
You know,
first
what's the
mentioned
Grifter?
on 4chan, known as the Grifter. Viewing the video is said to be a soul-rending experience. The few who watched the video reportedly felt sick, nauseous, and terrified. And everyone had later been killed in their homes, with one
And now
thing
you're probably
common:
gonna be feeling
a
sick.
strange doll
I don't watch
could
it.
always be found nearby. The end of the video shows a message, and if translated from Esperanto, it reads, "This child, now a young man, is still alive and lives in a local shelter whose name was not given. He never spoke and still is catatonic." Mr. Mix.
Oh, Mr. Mix.
Mr. Mix was an old, obscure typing PC game.
This was like in the
The
late
game itself was
1990s.
described as being very strange, with weird patterns of growls playing during the first level instead of music, and low-quality clips of a hairdryer playing during the third level. The fifth level, which was impossible to beat, had high-pitched sounds which caused damage to the ears. A few years ago, a team of hackers were able to beat the fifth level, and after beating it, the game would behave very strangely, writing numerous files on the user's computer. These files were numerous images of horribly deformed faces, screaming in pain, as chunks of their flesh had been ripped off in gruesome ways. If one attempted to delete these files, the computer would be damaged beyond repair. This caused most of the hackers to quit the expedition. After further hacking, the remaining hackers were able to
Pizza
bypass the fifth level
Not yet,
and
just
play
2
the
minutes.
final, sixth level. What they saw on that level, they refused to discuss. All became extremely paranoid, and soon went missing. Recently, one of the hackers were found, and arrested after trying to kidnap a young boy in a grocery store. He was wearing a white chef's hat, and had a look of unspeakable madness on him. When interrogated, he would simply say one thing.
I'm Mr. Mix.
That's scary.
That's not scary at all.
26. Good music.
Normal porn for normal
What
people.
the heck?
That I've seen
This
this
story starts
creepypasta. I've
with the
read
author
it.
receiving an unusual email.
Freaked you out?
The email read, "Hi there, found this site is very nice, thought you might like. Normal porn for normalpeople.com. Pass it on for the good of mankind." The author became curious and went on the site. The site itself looked very average and generic, as if the creators had barely cared about making it look professional. The tagline for the website read, "Normal porn for normalpeople.com. a website dedicated to the eradication of abnormal sexuality. The rest of the site was a long, incoherent rant. The author was about to quit until he realized that each word in the rant was a link that took you to different videos. The videos in question were uncomfortably creepy, strange, and almost never sexual in any normal way.
Is that good? Is that pizza?
Some examples included lickedclean.avi, a video of a repairman fixing a washing machine and then leaving. Afterwards, the owner of the washing machine began licking all over it. Tonguetied.avi showed an elderly woman making out with a mannequin, and halfway through the video, it cut out, and then showed a bunch of mannequins huddled together in a circle around the camera. Stumps.avi showed a man with no legs attempting to dance and collapsing due to exhaustion. An off-screen person yells at him to continue, which he does. Before the video ends, this person can be heard screaming in anger at the top of his lungs before the video ends abruptly. The final video that was ever released, Useless.avi, showed a woman from a previous video tied to a mattress. She tries to scream for help, but her mouth is taped over. After a short while, a door opens, and what appears to be a starved and abused shaven chimpanzee enters, with its whole body painted red. It sniffs the air for a moment, and then moves over to the woman and mauls her to death. It then proceeds to eat flesh off her body as the video ends. The site was deleted 3 days later.
Nope.
That's not scary. I heard the whole thing.
That's disgusting. Ripping pieces of flesh off of her. It's so.
I've heard a chimpanzee eat the face off a
The
homeless man.
strangest security tape I have ever seen. This story details what happens after a new guy, Jeremy, starts working at the gas station the author of the story is working at. He behaved very strangely and had a very creepy laugh. After a while, things started going missing in the station, and after reviewing the security tapes from when Jeremy was working there, they come across something terrifying. Jeremy himself seems to be messing with everyone, and appears to be able to manipulate time for his own needs. The author soon gets stuck in one of Jeremy's time loops, and after many strange happenings, the author tries to call the police, who investigates where Jeremy apparently lives, but finds nothing but a burned down house. The author closes the story by stating, "A new guy has just started, called Jeremy." The loop had begun once more.
Oh, so they're stuck in the time loop.
Okay, that wasn't scary. I watched the whole thing.
Happy Happy. Happy Happy was an old show that was apparently broadcasted on Nick
I know
Jr.
this.
before being abruptly taken off the air very quickly,
Alright,
due
I
to some
got the
episodes of the
pizza.
show taking dark turns.
Lay it on me.
The show depicted a clay apple, Happy Happy, helping children with injuries. After a while, he developed a death stare by staring
You got the
directly
first
into the
slice.
camera at
Just
the
kidding.
viewer. He also began violently killing children, all implied and happening off-screen. One episode even depicted 2 planes crashing into 2
Good.
large towers, implied to be the World Trade Centers, when rubble hit a child, and the others tried to help. Happy led them away from the scene, claiming,
That's natural, children.
the strange part was, the episode aired years before 9/11. What seemed to be an innocent yet rather morbid children's show in the beginning
That's
soon
creepy.
turns into something much bigger and more terrifying as the author comes in contact with the
I like
show's
spinach,
director of
but-
forensic. Something about this
It's
show
4:27.
was not right at all.
Okay. Okay, we only got to 23, I guess.
Alright, you could
Okay, let's
pause
watch
it.
this.
Barbie.avi.
Okay,
Alright.
let's watch this. Let's watch this.
Barbie.avi begins with the author finding an old abandoned computer outside his apartment, and when bringing it in, he searches through the computer for old files, and found a video file named
more.
Barbie.avi. The video was nearly an hour long, and the audio quality was incredibly poor. The video seemed to be an interview with a young, attractive woman, but the more the interviewer asked questions, the more the woman seemed to get saddened.
It's hot.
Her face turned red, and she began sobbing. This went on until she cried so hard she couldn't speak. She simply sunk her head down, and the video faded to black. After staying black for a while, the video came back, showing a pair of legs walking along a couple of train tracks. The author recognized the tracks and went there. He soon found an abandoned house. The only locked door in the whole house was that of the basement, and the furniture inside the house seemed way too new to be there. When the author reached the second-story bathroom, the dust had been wiped off the mirror, and a wet plastic tarp could be found in the bathroom. The author then heard a loud moan behind him, and he jumped out of the window and escaped. He later theorized that it could have been the piping in the house sounding. But then again, why would water be running in a seemingly abandoned house?
Why? I don't know.
Somebody...
Okay, let's see what this one is.
Last one.
No End House.
Okay, no in house.
There
I've
apparently
seen
exists a house somewhere, and if you make it through the hotel's 9 rooms, you would be rewarded with a $500 cash prize. The lobby of the place and the first 2 rooms would be ridiculously tame and laughable, but the further the visitors would venture into the house, the worse things would get, pushing both the physical and mental limitations of those brave enough to enter. Be warned, you might not make it out of there.
Okay, let's try one more, because that one was short. Let's see what this
The
one.
SpongeBob bootleg episode.
Okay. Watch it.
This frame is from the bootlegged episode of the SpongeBob episode, Dumped. The episode itself consisted of loud buzzing noises, flashing colours, and jumbled static. Not much else is known about the tape. The tape itself was found by 5 teenagers who found it in a trash bin near an abandoned mental institution. Of these 5 individuals, 2 have committed suicide. 1 has gone missing. 1 refuses to comment on the tape. And the last agreed to let paranormal detectives investigate the tape. No one knows where the tape is now, and any who stare at this image for a long period of time claim to see SpongeBob blink.
It's over.
Where Bad Kids Go.
Oh, this one's a good one.
During the author's childhood, when there was a
That's
war
fine.
in Lebanon, he used to watch a children's show that broadcasted incredibly violent and gruesome imagery. The morals of each episode would always end with messages such as, "Bad kids stay up late," or "Bad kids steals food from the fridge." Every episode would also end with the camera zooming in at a big, locked door, and the closer the camera got to the door, screams of pain and agony could be heard. Text would then appear on screen stating, "That's where bad kids go." When the author got older, he did some research and found out where the show had been produced all those years ago. When opening the infamous door from the program, he froze. Blood, feces, and bones were everywhere, and a caged microphone was standing in the middle of the room. The screams had been real.
19.
Alright, that's the end.
Okay, let's see one
The
more.
Holders.
Okay, the holders sound interesting. This last one I
Legend
found.
has it, if you go into any mental institution,
No, this is a...
shop, or such, and ask
This
to
isn't a
see
creepy one.
a holder, you will be led to a room where you will be put through a test to test your might. These tests are oftentimes incredibly hard to complete, but finishing them would result in you obtaining one of the 538 objects of the holders. Those seeking for these objects would oftentimes turn into different people, making them villainous or evil. People have often theorized that if one were to bring all 538 objects together, they would bring about the end of the world. They must never come together.
Okay. Alright, that's the end.
Okay, let me see what this one is.
No.
Yes, Godzilla.
Okay.
That's the end of this video.
Yeah, we only got like two. Which one?
We only got to
18.
Yeah, we only got to 18.
But that was extremely scary.
For you.
Yeah, for me.
But anyway, thank you guys for watching. Like, comment, subscribe.
Yep, and
Share, like. And we'll see you guys later.
yeah,
Peace
and this
out.
is just, and I'm gonna zoom on the spinach pizza so you can see the gross thing. Oh well, it's too
And
dark.
I'll see you guys later.
Yeah, it's too dark. It's too dark. Wait. Ooh. Just hope we can be seen, but